Welcome back, traders. Second portion of our show, market movers, and let's start with the king of the financials, king of both of them, Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Let's start with Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs did report earnings here, Joel. On the initial report, this thing traded up to $100.98 almost immediately. Then it pulled back, actually flirted with flat, just trading up around 98 bucks. Now it's kind of moved up again. We're trading 99.08. So the stock actually trading up a buck and a half on the earnings report here. Looking at the charts, obviously I'd keep an eye on that pre-market. Well, yesterday's high is probably more relevant, 101.84. We start to take that out, then you could maybe talk about that 105 area. What do you think on Goldman Sachs, Joel?
Yeah, I see the 198. It did hit in the pre-market. That coincides pretty nicely with a little bit higher. 101.45 was the high on Thursday. It hit 101.84 yesterday. So I think you can't really think that this stock is out of the woods until you can bust through the 102 level. The better formation and the better technical analysis of this stock is this $97 level, Dennis. Got just below it yesterday. It was a low on Friday, and then it was a low earlier in the week. It also gapped up from that level from 95.11 to 97.04. So let's see. I mean, if it comes back down to that 97 level with any kind of momentum, I think it's going through down to fill that gap, and it could easily go to 95. So I love 97 on the downside. I know we're a little ways away from that, and if you have a long position or looking to initiate shorts in this thing, I think you have to be patient and wait for the 101.50 to 102 area.
BK reported earnings here as well. They missed pretty big miss there, Joel. Missed by a nickel, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. 21.27 is where it closed. It's trading at 20.65 right now. So BK looking to be weak. Below that, I'm looking at the $20 area where we kind of started moving up from there a month ago. I'm wondering if that 20 provides some support, Joel. Just looking on the charts here, right around here, we had a low there earlier in December, or actually later in December. No, that was in January. Earlier in January, we had that low. We've got a nice uptrend here that's probably going to be broken today. So I would say a 21.27 close area, if we were to get back up into that area, give you some pretty good resistance. What do you think on BK?
I think I'm gonna have a hard time getting through 21 today, Dennis. That was quite a few lows there. It was actually 3 out of the last 5 sessions bottom out in $21 area. So anywhere near 21, I think you'll find some real good resistance. Looking at the pre-market activity, looks like there was a little panic low there at 2027 and 2030. So I would levels. And as well as this $20 level, 2002, which was the low on January 4th. So low 20s, let's call 20 to 2075 the range in Bank of New York today.
U.S. Bancorp actually had earnings as well. Stock is trading up, so they're liking this one. 29.10 after closing at 29 bucks. So USB up a little bit here. We're approaching that 52-week high, which we set there yesterday at 29.42. So I think that's your key number. 29.50. I'm seeing some size up there as well. So I'd use that whole 29.40s area as your initial resistance on this one. Takes out the 29.50, then I'd start talking about that $30 level. What do you think on USB?
Wow, a bank trading at a 52-week high, Dennis.
Something?
Is that a misnomer or what?
Yeah, that's crazy. I know, I was shocked when I brought up the chart on that too. A bank at a 52-week high. They must be doing something right there.
It's either a really good buy or a really good sell.
Well,
I like that 29.42 level. Looking at the pre-market activity, we have not been able to get above 29.15. So, I mean, if you're going to ride some longs up to that level, I think it'd be prudent. After that, I'm looking at a level that really has not been seen since December of 2008. 29.90. So, but this is a thick one. It's not like you're going to bust through 29.42 and go to 29.90. I think you'd have to be patient and see if it can break above that level and at least hold it for a couple 15-minute bars.
State Street Corporation, which is STT, reporting earnings as well, Joel. Looking at this, it's trading down right now to 42, but not on a lot of size, just a few hundred shares trading down there. The best offer is up at 42.70, so a little tricky to say where this one's going to open for sure. Going just over to the chart, you got great support down at 40, but that's $2 away. I can't see it getting that low. Yesterday's high 43.90. If this thing was to go into rally mode, I think could put a cap on it. What do you think, Joel?
Oh, I think it would have been nice to play it going through 42.55 since that was a double bottom there from Friday and Tuesday. So that 42.55 is going to be excellent resistance. Looking at the pre-market activity, Dennis, bottom at. Am I reading the chart wrong here? Oh no, bottomed out here just around the $42 level, so we'll use that as support. Really not a lot of trades going on in this thing. Below that, Dennis, I see a mild stopping point here, 50. So let's call 40.50 State Street today.
PNC, another financial. This is financial earnings day here, Joel. There's all kinds of them. But we got PNC Financial Group reporting as well. They're not liking the numbers over there either. The stock closed at 61.24. It's trading 60.15 right now. So down over $1. Looking at this low here from the other day, you got to think the 60 area might come into play. It actually was trading down there just a few minutes ago. Now it's bounced up off there a little bit in the pre-market. But we kind of broke out from it over here, retested it there a couple sessions ago, and now we're back there again. So I'd use 60 maybe as some initial support. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I see that little print there at 59.50. Not a whole lot of volume going on at that low, but this 60.20. That was the low from Friday. I'd use that as a swing number. If it can't hold that 60.20, this thing could easily see that pre-market low at 59.50. There was a low at 59.39 back on January 9th. So 59.39, 59.40, real good support. Under that, if they really want to beat this thing, I don't see anything until the 58.70 level, which was the high on January 6th.
eBay is reporting earnings after the bell, so keep your eye on that one after the bell. On the site, I gave some pretty wide numbers, but those are kind of looking, for what might happen here after hours. Looking up at the, upper end of the range is 32 area. We topped out there about a week ago. Looking at the bottom end, if you go back into August, we had a couple bottoms in the 27 area, which is why I gave you such a wide range, because it does have earnings. So the range I gave up on the site doesn't really apply to the intraday today, but more to where it might move after hours. Maybe Joel can give you some tighter numbers for eBay during the day here.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's good to go as long as it's hold this 29.55 level, which was January 4th. So keep an eye on that on the downside. And there's definitely someone's out to sell this stock at $32. Bottomed out there just a few days ago. Made another shot at that level in December. Didn't quite get there, 31.71. So you definitely got someone trying to exit eBay here between $31.70 and $32.
Other than that, Joel, obviously your big movers today here are your financials. They're the ones that are going to be the driver. We got Research in Motion trading down $1, so maybe that's giving back some of its gains that it's had there over the last couple of weeks. Sunoco is trading down $7, but that's because of a spin-off, so it's not really down $7. The shareholders are just getting that SXC, so I put the ratio up there on the site for you on that as well. But overall, my take is financials are mixed with all their individual earnings reports. Some of your commodity stocks look a little bit stronger. What's your final word there, Joel?
I just wanted to make a quick note here. The Carnival Cruise Lines, we talked about that yesterday. Never did get to the pre-market panic levels that it hit. Hit this 29.22 area yesterday, and now it's trading up $1 from there. So for you longer-term investors that are taking a look at this stock, keep a real close eye on this $29 level if you're trying to buy it, and use that as a stop area. But spoos are quiet, Dennis. An hour to the opening bell, and we just can't break out of this mid-range here. So let's keep an eye on this 1292.50. Got 1298, which was supported by yesterday's high at 1299. And then our downside, very similar to yesterday, the Globex low stands at 1286.75 with yesterday's interday low at 1286. That's our show for today, folks. I hope we've given you some good information, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.